All right. It looks like we are live. We are live on Instagram. We're live on YouTube. We're just going to do a little bit of a hangout Q&A time, just hanging out for a little while. We got Christiana, let's go in the other room. And me in learning how to counsel more. Was doing my course earlier for YouTube. Got to get the and me train going. Good to see the people coming over from Instagram. If you guys want to see in bigger screen, I'm also live on YouTube as well. But good to have you guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know. It's been a good Christmas so far. It was, for me, I know that I usually like to do a little bit of work every single day. And so it was very uncomfortable, very strange for me not working for a couple of days, but it was also really, really good. I need to do that more often. I think it'll be better for me. But we got 𝗬𝗏, we got Motion FBA, we got Brian, we got Reginald, we got 𝗬cisp Fulfillment, Gerald B. Fines. No clue how to say 𝗬𝗬𝗍, joined on Instagram. We got Timothy. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. We got RW on YouTube, always with us, the king of grocery, the king of coffee makers. Time to get back to it. Yeah, that's how I felt today. Like, I was super excited to come back to work Monday. I definitely slept in, worth it, but got a lot of good stuff coming. Christiana's here on both Instagram and YouTube, my lovely wife. Good to see you. She's and me. If you guys haven't heard of Alex Hormozi, he says, instead of investing in the S&P 500, invest back in the S&Me 500. It's so cheesy, but it's so true. A really good investment to make is in the investment in yourself. We got 𝗬𝗏 in the chat. Hello, good to see you. We got Val in the chat. Good to see you, Val. Trader Gels. I think I'm saying it wrong, but good to have you. Decided to go live on Instagram and YouTube today, so we'll kind of see how that is. We got Jackie Jordan in the chat on YouTube. Hello, good to see you. Yeah, RW, super interesting. He's been doing well with the coffee makers. He's been doing well with the grocery. We got Trader in the Instagram chat with the flames. Good to see you, Val. Yeah, just it's Christmas time, but it's also time to get back to work. We got in the YouTube comments here. He says, Ruben says, how many Amazon stores can you have in your LLC? Interesting question. I have never heard that question before. No, I've never thought about that question. I literally have no clue. I don't see why there would be a limit. So, but I mean, I know I have one Amazon store, and I don't open a second Amazon store to like do wholesale on one and then online arbitrage on another. I usually try and just keep all the things on one account. So yeah, that's what I do. We got Motion FBA on Instagram saying, what is your YouTube channel name? My YouTube channel name is the exact same thing as the Instagram, Checkmate Flips. It's kind of the same spelling on YouTube as well. But yeah, thank you for joining on Instagram. We got a ton of people joining on Instagram. We got Val, that my friend Val. We have another Val that I have never met before, but good to see both of you guys. We got Captain Felix. Welcome. We have Visions and Missions on Instagram. Welcome. Happy Bargain Hunters joined. Good to see you. Trader Gels Val is saying his YouTube channel is Checkmate Flips. Yes, sir. He does really good editing. Super thankful for Val to be helping me out with YouTube and Instagram. Helps me out a ton. On YouTube, we have, I love, your name is cracking me up. If you guys are on YouTube, you'd see it, but his name is Old Man Gaming, and he has a picture of like a 60-year-old with like gaming headphones, and he's like gaming super hard. He says, do you use FlipMine? I do use FlipMine. FlipMine's pretty good. It's a good software. You're gonna have to sort through a lot of stuff in order to find the good stuff, but when you find the good stuff, you find the good stuff. We got a lot of people joining on Instagram. We got Charles, welcome. We got MD Fitness. We got Roth HMS in the chat, welcome. We got MH Des 89, Ravidarich 444, welcome. Zcard 93, I'm born in 93 too, welcome. STV Cards joined, welcome. We have a couple questions on YouTube. Ruben saying you're a beast. I appreciate that. Yeah, maybe I don't have as many Amazon stores as you. I can only handle one Amazon store. So yeah, can definitely only handle one Amazon store. We got Max White on YouTube saying, beginner here, have about 5K in capital to start, wanting to get to 10K in profits ASAP. What is the one skill I should get really good at to get there? Really good question by Max White on YouTube. Beginner here, have about 5K in capital to start, want to get to 10K in profits ASAP. I hate to break it to you. It is going to be a compilation of several different skills that you're going to have to get good at over time. Getting to 10K profits in ASAP when you've never sold something in your life is saying like, hey, like I've ran a half mile before. Like, how do I run a 4-hour marathon? Like, you're probably going to have to train. You're probably going to have to work. Sourcing is going to be your biggest skill. Like figuring out what is the thing that you're going to get really good at, like where you're going to get your competitive advantage in order to actually get to those higher profit months. And also like with regular online arbitrage, to do 10K in profit, you're going to need a lot more than $10,000 to do 10K in profit, if that makes sense. Like if you're going to do 10K in profit with 5K, you basically have to like, you're going to have to like 4x your money because that money is going to be spread out over time because you have stuff inbound to Amazon, you have stuff that's selling at Amazon, and you also have your 2-week payout. So the rotation, like with 5K, you're going to need a lot more money than that, unfortunately. We got Joji in the chat. Yo, Seth, good to see you, Joji. If you guys actually have wanted to do book sourcing online arbitrage, I would say that that's a really good way to get started with online arbitrage. Joji actually has a channel where he specifically goes into detail about how to do book online arbitrage. So definitely keep that resource in mind. Max, 𝗖cie is the key. Yeah. On YouTube, he's saying key, sorry. Yeah, learning how to understand 𝗖cie is going to be so important because like we're talking about $5,000 here, and to do $10,000 in profit, like you're going to be spending a lot more than 10K in profit. So understanding how to do 𝗖cie is going to be extremely helpful because basically that's going to help you validate all of your purchases to make sure, am I buying this because I feel good about this, or am I buying this because the data is showing me that I'm going to be able to get consistent sales with this? That and finding good profitable products. We have on Instagram Motion FBA saying, what's a good technique for sourcing brand or distributors? So I don't do wholesale. That sounds like a wholesale question. I do mostly online arbitrage. So looking for any way that you can get a competitive advantage, like sales, being able to get ungated in stuff that other people aren't getting ungated in, discounted gift cards, sending offers on eBay. There's a lot of different ways that you can do this. You can do like discount codes by having a new email address every time. There's just a lot of ways to find items at a discount. What's the YouTube for book sourcing online? From Instagram. That is Joji Davenport. So if you go onto my YouTube, he's in the comment section of my YouTube channel on this live. you'll be able to get the spelling there. But Joji is spelled Joji, and then Davenport. All right, now I'm way behind on the YouTube comments. Let's see, Gerald on YouTube is saying 𝗬𝗑, like that's the key. Yeah, I mean, 𝗬𝗑 is so important. I know I sold books for like 9 months without 𝗬𝗑, and that was a mistake. I should have been using 𝗬𝗑. We got Joji in the comments. I'm seeing your comment super late, but how is Amazon and the Grand Exchange flips? Yeah, so Joji and I have both played RuneScape, and I played a ton of RuneScape in the past. I still flip on RuneScape sometimes because they have a Grand Exchange. The Grand Exchange flips are going good. Amazon flips are going very well. Yeah, I mean, the stuff I'm sending in is selling really, really well. I just repriced today and stuff is just flying. Joji, you're just basically on the brink of textbook season, aren't you? You're probably like, I bet the students are back home from break and they're like, all right, Christmas is done. I need to get my textbooks. Like you're right on the brink of it. We got Wagner on YouTube saying arbitrage versus private brand for FBA. Yeah. I personally started with a private brand on FBA and it was a mad failure. It's learning Amazon and then also learning how to like put together like your own brand is it's a lot to learn together. I think it's a good way to make money. I think arbitrage is much, much easier. I think the vast majority of people should do arbitrage. Yeah, private brands are just hard. And then RW on YouTube is saying, Wagner, avoid private brands. So many things to overcome, not worth it. Yeah, like, I mean, the payoff is massive if you do it right. But like with arbitrage, you literally like you tap into brands marketing. Like you don't have to like buy an item and be like, well, I hope this is useful. I hope someone will purchase this. Like, no, you look at 𝗬𝗑 and you see if there's demand for the item, you know, like before you purchase it. With private label, you have to like create demand out of thin air. And so like, if that doesn't happen, nobody's buying your stuff. Nobody gives a care. On Instagram, we got Cisco in the chat. He joined a couple minutes ago. Didn't see it for a second. But welcome. Books need 𝗬𝗑. S2V card says, he says, LOL. Yeah, I mean, you should use 𝗬𝗑. Especially if you're buying them. Like if they're free, like whatever, you could send them in. If you do that too much, you're going to have problems with your storage limits, but that's kind of about it. Motion FBA on Instagram is saying, is there a complete guide anywhere for 𝗬𝗑? There probably is. It's often a part of courses that I've taken. I've taken a couple Amazon courses. It's often a part of it in places. Yeah, I think there's kind of a need for someone to come in and like actually make a complete course on 𝗬𝗑. And Joji's saying, thanks for the shout out. Speaking of him, he's thinking about creating a resource for 𝗬𝗑, but that's way behind the scenes still. Connor Carp on Instagram, Jeff D888, Sonia and Family 2020, Abdul Dabist, The Special Kid 2.0, Danny Sorto, Banchery joined. There's so many people on Instagram. Thank you guys for joining. I'm way behind on YouTube though. All right. Let's see. Max White says, makes sense. Thanks. Yeah, I just don't want you to like get into this and be like, man, like I'm making 2K profit a month for my first like several months. And like, I'm a failure because I'm not making $10,000 a month with my first online business venture. Like that's just hard, man. Like it's hard to just make $10,000 a month, like without building up the skills first. Like it's very possible, but it takes a lot of time. And Joji's saying 𝗬𝗑 is the #1 skill to learn. Yeah, it's very important. On YouTube, we have Andreas saying, starting with the capital of $15,000 full time, what is a realistic time goal to reach 5K profit a month? Many variables to consider, but what is a realistic timeline doing just OA? So yeah, I mean, I think you're going to have a lot higher chance of being able to go full time using that much money to invest in products. I know for me, when I was doing retail arbitrage and a little bit of online arbitrage, I was doing 3 to 4K a month and I only had 10K invested. But I was purchasing stuff that was like 100% ROI. You know what I mean? Because I was doing retail arbitrage and I was doing it maybe 20, 30 hours a week. So it's very doable. To do 5K profit a month with 15K, you're still going to need pretty high ROI stuff. But like, you're not out here trying to spend 50K a month. You know what I mean? So like, you have the time to like find those really good deals. So I think that's very doable. As long as you have the skills, you got to build those skills. Max says, thanks for all the responses, guys. Yeah, you're welcome. We're just trying to help out. We're just getting on a live and answering some questions, hanging out. Definitely send me a message if you need any more help. All these guys will probably be super open to answering questions too. It's just good to bounce things off of each other. We got Wagner saying, thanks, RW. I think it requires a lot of work and creativity. Yeah, to do private label. Yeah. Yeah. And so like for me, my passion isn't marketing. And so I would rather have the skill of being able to look at a 𝗖𝗿 graph and know like, okay, this has demand, and like figure out how to get it at a cheap enough price. Private label is basically like, I have an idea that I'm creative about and I'm able to work with a manufacturer, and I have marketing skills and connections to be able to get this product to actually have demand. Ruben says on YouTube, are you mixing merch fulfilled, retail arbitrage, or wholesale ... Do you do private label or build Amazon new upcoming code pages to sell? Yeah, I don't do that for sure. That's definitely not what I do. For me, I do what's called online arbitrage, and online arbitrage is basically, I said arbitrage. Arbitrage is basically like, let's say, just hypothetical example, Walmart is selling like ibuprofen for like $4 a bottle, but on Amazon for some reason it's selling for $13 a bottle. You buy from Walmart, there are fees, you make your $3 profit or whatever, and you sell them on Amazon. That's online arbitrage, where you purchase from a site that is selling at a certain price. Maybe there's sales, maybe there's discount codes, and then you take it to Amazon where there's like so much more demand and often a higher price. I mean, not always, but you have to find the right ones. On Instagram, we got Walid Lowkey, welcome. We have 𝗂𝗏 Kevin, King Checkmate, he says. King Kevin is the facts. He also has a YouTube channel if you guys are interested in selling shoes. A lot of retail arbitrage. He has a YouTube channel, 𝗂𝗏, has some really good action-packed sourcing content, which is the best. On YouTube, we have Wagner saying, I would like to know if it has more margin, even if it requires more work. That's, I mean, it's basically, I mean, you could have more margin doing online arbitrage. You can have more margin doing private label. It's almost impossible to know. Like, basically, whichever one you do well is going to do well. You know, like, that's kind of how it is. Oh, I'm so far behind on YouTube comments. This is, it seems so out of context. Like, yes, sir, I'm foaming at the mouth, but he's talking about the textbook season that I was talking about like 10 minutes ago. Good golly. Yeah. Like Joji is going to make a ton of money here in the next month. He kind of prepares for textbook season, and he has them all like repriced up until the demand comes up to that. because all the students have to go back to college in a month here. So yeah, he's going to just kill it. RW saying, yes, Wagner, way too many things to do. I tried to dump 3K into it, only sold 2 items in 6 months, and it's coffee. Oof. Ruben says, following day 3 on the challenge, UPC codes. Are you talking about my 0 to 20K series? Basically, for those of you guys who don't know, I have a series on YouTube right now where I am attempting to build from scratch a 0 to 20K a month Amazon FBA store and actually take you guys along for the trip and show you guys the leads that I'm sourcing. So on Saturday, episode 3 is coming out. And that one, I have it all filmed. It just needs to be edited. We really took it to the next level. So I'm really looking forward to that. We had like a $1,900 purchase. I was pretty happy with that. RW saying missed second day for challenge. Yeah, it's still up there, but Joji is saying keep a subscription is like unlocking the members content. Old school RuneScape. Yeah, just like, what are you doing, dude? Just get membership. You're not going to be able to do anything anyways. Ruben is saying on YouTube, Amazon and ClickBank affiliate marketing. Okay, I mean, like the cool thing about making money online is if you just think about Amazon, there's like 20 solid like ways of going about making money on Amazon alone. And that's just Amazon. And within each one of those ways, there's different like nuances and ways that you can do it. So I've heard of people talking about how they will go and they'll make like a promo video for a listing that doesn't have a video. And because they're good at video, like they're able to get affiliate from the people who watch that video. Not something that I would enjoy doing, honestly, but like if you have those skill sets, like that's probably really good stuff. RW is talking about Andreas's question saying at least 60% ROI at a minimum. That kind of sounds about right. For context, anyone who forgot, Andreas was asking, starting with a capital of 15K, full time, what is a realistic time goal to reach 5K profit a month? So yeah, I mean, that's basically, it would probably be somewhere in that ballpark of 60% ROI. We got Josiah. Yo, good to see you. Speaking of another seller who is just killing it. Josiah is slaughtering on Amazon. It is sick to see. Josiah, Joji. Heck yeah. And he also does Turo too. So he kills it on Amazon and then he also kills it in Turo. Have you completely taken over Alaska yet? Let's go. Let's go. We got Ruben saying, are you sourcing products more than 50% in one store, or do you source from multiple online sources? Yeah, I mean, most of what I purchase is from eBay. But I mean, almost always from different sellers. There's not just like one seller that I just like sit here and camp and always buy from them. But then there's just so many stores to do online arbitrage. Like you could do Walmart, not Walmart. Well, you could do Walmart, but you could do Walgreens sales, just Walgreens sales, and you could do amazing. We're also live on Instagram. We have FBA 𝗠𝗲𝗃𝗍. We have Income Savvy. What up? Good to see you. Income Savvy is another big seller. We have FBA 𝗠𝗲𝗃𝗍 Canada in the house. We're live on Instagram. We're live on YouTube, just hanging out. I am, just answering some questions, just talking, learning from people. Someone on YouTube is saying, recently heard an interview of an 8-figure Amazon seller saying he had staff just in charge of eBay and Mercari. What do you think of the importance of those marketplaces to source? Yeah, so I actually think I know what interview you're talking about. You're talking about Trader Soros, right? And I think he was on Romer the Romer's podcast. I listened to that whole one. I love listening to those people talk. But basically what he was referring to is like he sells apparel, and so he gets returns. And so like you have to do something with those returns. And so he has people involved and delegated to liquidate that stuff on eBay and 𝗦𝗏𝗏. Because like how else are you gonna like actually get money for that stuff that didn't sell right? So that's what he was talking about. We got Josiah up to 6 active cars now on Turo, around 70K revenue this year. Still such a small fish in the sea. I mean, you always have more to learn, always more to do, but doing well. And that momentum keeps growing. We got Ruben in the chat. What is the process to be tax exempt on eBay and Walmart? So for both of those, I know for Walmart, you need your reseller certificate. It's called different things in different states, but basically you need the thing that basically just verifies you. You have an LLC, you're a reseller. I think it's usually called tax exempt or reseller certificate or sales tax exempt form, depending on your state. But once you get those, each one of those sites have a different way to get tax exempt. Joji says, LOL, that's a big, small fish. True, but like once you get to that point, like you see like all the other people who are big. So, I mean, that's just how it goes. There's always someone bigger than you. Josiah on YouTube is saying, haha, dinner plate sized. I'm after the fill your freezer, bend your rod, snap your net kind of fish. Exactly. Dude, that's like some halibut fishing. Like hope that you bought the right pole type of thing. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Joji on YouTube is saying, oh man, what's currently the biggest limiting factor in Josiah's Turo business? Is it time? Is it capital? Is it good deals on used cars? We'll see if Josiah answered that. I'm going to take a look at Instagram real quick. We have FBA Gangster on Instagram saying you're supposed to be wrapped in a Snuggie, Seth. I'm usually wrapped in a sweater, but not right now, that's for sure. We have FBA Orange on Instagram. Welcome. We're also on YouTube as well. Very behind on comments here, so I got to catch up. Ruben says, gold nuggets, don't miss it, dude. I appreciate that. We have 15 people on YouTube right now. Thank you guys for coming and just hanging out. Appreciate that. If you guys are getting any value out of this, feel free to like the like button, But yes, definitely. If you guys have any more questions, let me know. Definitely don't know if I can answer them all, but I'll give it my best shot. We have a lot of knowledge in the chat here too, honestly. So Wagner says, attempting, you have to do it now. I'm not quite sure what you're referring to, but you're probably right. We got 𝗂𝗏𝗶𝗹 King Checkmate. What are you currently outsourcing? That's a great question, 𝗂𝗏𝗶𝗹. Yeah, so what am I outsourcing right now? I don't know. What am I outsourcing? I don't know. Yeah, I'm definitely outsourcing. Like today, for example, I have plenty that I need to spend on inventory. And instead of like me spending time looking for stuff, I kind of gave my virtual assistant the parameters of what I was looking for. And she's going to have a nice set of leads ready tomorrow morning for me to kind of review and purchase. So that's going to save some time. I definitely don't edit anymore. Val was in the chat earlier. He's very good at it. Much better, efficient use of time for him to just do it instead of me, because I suck at editing, honestly. I haven't developed that skill, but he's very good at it. Yeah. What about you, 𝗂𝗏𝗶𝗹? That's probably different too with your business with eBay, because you're doing both eBay and Amazon. So I'm curious what you're outsourcing as well, because it's a different business model. We got Joji saying, Josiah, leave in something for us to kill, please. Exactly. We got Josiah saying, got our eyes on 10 plus cars next year, then maybe some side Oh, then maybe slide some capital into real estate. We do all cash, so slower gradual growth. Got money to buy more, but waiting for more depreciation in the market. I heard something the other day. We're live on Instagram and YouTube, so I'll get to your guys' comments. But I heard something the other day that's like super important, and like Josiah reflects this very well. It's the people who are desperate to make money that end up getting screwed. Like, that's just how it goes. It's the people who are patient, who have enough, who find a way to have enough, that end up doing well. Like, you end up getting desperate and making bad choices if you're just like, I need the money now. I need to grow faster. If you freak out with that, like, I made some bad mistakes this year. Like, I used payability for several months, and probably paid $3,000-$4,000 of fees that I just didn't need to pay. It helped my growth, but like, I ended up losing a lot of money because of that I could have made extra money. Like, you got to make the good long-term choices. We got KB Flips, King Bagel and Nagel killing it. Exactly. We got Joji saying that's the way to go. All great things take time. How do you deal with the space? Probably get the cars rented or have parking spots for them. Ruben says Zoros is a monster. On with Rake and Profits. Oh, did Raken interview him? That'd be fun. Josiah says I keep them rented by tanking the price, but honestly, we utilize airport parking lots. Over 120 trips. I've never met a renter or talked to one on the phone. That's a good achievement. Crazy. Smash the like button. I appreciate you, Josiah. We got he also has a YouTube channel too, if you guys are interested in kind of what's going on, like the thought process behind all the things going on. He has a lot of stuff on that. He actually broke down his July month, which is the peak season of Turo, and their Amazon store. That was a really interesting video. I watched that whole thing. We have Spawn HD. Hi, I'm completely new to this. I would like to start selling on Amazon in the United States, but I'm from Serbia. So how can I have a company in Serbia? Or is it better to have an LLC in the United States? What is that called anyway? Yeah, so I've never done this personally myself. I think Fast Track FBA has info on this because he has a UK store and a United States store. So I'm assuming he probably has info on that. Raspy hanging out. Good to see ya. KV Flips just hired an editor. Let's go. And a bookkeeper a couple days ago. That's awesome, man. Yeah, that just helps so much. We got RW saying Spawn. You can get a prep center, and yes, get an LLC. Yeah. RE is always a great investment. Tax shelters, 1031 exchanges, and equity. Real estate. Let me know. I'm in Central California. Heck yeah. Thank you, Ruben. And we got Entrepreneur saying, what's the lowest ROI you will buy for? Minus 10%. Just kidding. I mean, every once in a while, if I need just like books, I've done slightly negative profit, but almost all the time, I mean, I usually look for 40%, but it's super situational because like if the stuff sells quickly and it's very consistent at like a 25% ROI, I'll definitely do that. We have a couple of people on Instagram. We have Josh. Welcome. Good to see you, Josh. Another really good Amazon seller as well. We have Shabi joined. He says on Instagram, does Amazon prep items on your behalf? Like, can I use them instead of a prep center? Nope. That would be very nice, but no, you cannot. You have to use a prep center. All right. Well, thank you guys for showing up. This was fun. I'll probably be live in the next few days here, but yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. If you guys have any questions, I'm on Instagram checking that every single day. So just let me know if you guys have any more questions. But yeah, that's going to be it. Have a great night and take care.